Hello friends, good afternoon all of you, and let's begin for today's session. Yesterday we people finished correct rules of spelling. Okay, so let's begin with some another topic today. So meanwhile, what do you want to have in today's session? Let me ask you people. So what do you think? What should we conduct? Do you have any suggestions for which topics you would like to cover? Or you don't want to have anything? From grammar, from maybe any other also. Okay, if you don't have anything, we will go with idioms and phrases today. Okay, so when we think of English or of any language, okay, it is not only in English, in your mother tongue also, you people use such kinds of idioms and phrases. So what are idioms and phrases? Idioms and phrases are a particular phrases which people have been using since a long time. Maybe it is a kind of convention, and they are drafted on the basis of long experience, and based on that they are used in particular culture or in particular language. For example, in Marathi you people have lots of such idioms and phrases. Maybe you can म्हणी आणि वाक्यप्रचार जसं काखेत कळसा आणि गावाला वळसा असं म्हटलं तर we people can understand what does it mean. Okay, but if the person who is not familiar with maybe uh, that Marathi language, and if that the culture that we people have been living, he or she may not be able to understand what does it mean. काकेत कळसा गावाला वळसा ह्याचा अर्थ it can be easily understood if the person is not familiar with the context. So same case with each culture and each language. So in English also you people have to be familiar with such kind of idioms and phrases in English, so that it is going to help you. So let's begin today. In today's session, we are going to cover that some idioms and phrases. So therefore, I will share the screen. You just see that if the voice is clear to all of you, as well as you people are able to see the screen. So is it audible, visible properly?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So let's try to think. First of all, I just told you idioms and phrases. So in English also, if you think to judge a book by its cover. So what do you understand from this? To judge a book by its cover? Anybody can try to tell me what does it mean and what do you understand from this? Or you don't know anything? Is it really related with a book and its cover? Or does it mean something else? We should not go for word meaning here, okay? We should not try to find out the word to word meaning. To judge a book, a cover, okay? So its meaning is totally different. Its meaning is totally different. It means that you should not have your opinion from the outer appearance of a person, okay? So there can be difference. People, they may look different and actually they may be different. So someone who is looking very credulous, it can be intelligent person. Someone who looks very foolish apparently, but it can be a clever person, or it can be vice versa also. Okay, someone who is looking very smart but actually, yes, Mayuri, you got it right. So that is the meaning, that to judge a book by its cover, it means that whatever you people see apparently, reality is something different. Okay, So something that you people have to understand. So there are so many such phrases and idioms in English language also that we people needed to understand. And in today's session we are going to go through such kind of list of such idioms and phrases. So we'll try to cover some of them, and we can have exercise also. Okay, so with this, let's go to the next slide. I hope that next slide is visible. Is it visible?
No, sir.
Okay, I will share the screen once again. Fine. So let's try to begin with these. Some of the idioms are here. You people are going to get idioms, their meaning, and we'll try to use them in sentences also. Okay. So first of all, let's begin with first one, an axe to grind. Is it visible now properly?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Huh. An axe to grind. Okay, so now let's talk about first of all an axe to grind. Here also you should not go for any particularly word meaning of axe or word meaning of grind, but meaning of it means you are doing something because you are selfish. You have some plan. You have some your own selfish motive behind doing something. For example, sentence we can say. We'll take one example like this. Uh, he's coming to the party because he has an axe to grind. Okay, so one sentence there. He is coming to the party. Okay, why he's coming to the party? Because he has an axe to grind. So what it means? He's coming to party not to just enjoy, but maybe by coming to the party he has his own selfish motive. He may be coming there to his own work. Okay, not to the for that particular general meaning of that party. Okay, so therefore you can use like this. So meaning already mentioned here also. Next one is apple of discord. So when you think of apple of discord, is it a fruit? Is it related with any apple? It is not related with any fruit, or it is not related with apple, which we people eat as a fruit. Okay. But apple of discord means cause of quarrel. So suppose there are two groups, two people, two person, two parties, and some there quarrel is going on. So if what is the reason, what is the cause behind this quarrel, that can be called apple of discord. Okay. So we can say uh, the power is the main apple of discord between two parties. So power, getting power. So that is the main reason of having quarrel between two political parties. So that we people can say like this. Then let's go to the next one is above the salt. Above the salt, it means someone who is working in a position of honor or a higher place. Maybe the place where he or she is working, it can be of prestige, which is of honor, where a lot of respect can be earned. So in such case, it is called above the salt. For example, we can say he is working above the salt. So he's working above the salt means that he's working in a position of honor where he's getting a lot of respect, honor, status. The next is all and sundry. All and sundry, it means that everyone without exception, everyone, usually it is related with people. Okay. So for example, we can say all and sundry has to submit exam form. All and sundry has to submit exam form. It means that everyone has to submit exam form. So these are phrasal verbs. These are idioms. Then let's go to the next one. Next says an afternoon farmer. So what do you understand from an afternoon farmer? Is it related with farmer only? No, it is not related with farmer, but it is related to everyone, those who are waking up late. For example, those who wake up after sunrise, those who wake up at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. So these people are called afternoon farmers. Okay, so you can meaning of that is a lazy fellow, usually related with waking up, and that is again late waking up. Okay, so you can say my friend is an afternoon farmer. Usually he wakes up at 8 o'clock. So this way you people can try to use these phrases in sentences also. Next, Achilles heels. So what is meaning of Achilles heels? It is not any particularly hill, any hill, but it means weak point of someone. Okay, weak point of someone. So that you people can try to understand. An example, you can say, suppose that if English communication is your weak point, in that case you can say English communication is my Achilles heels. So from that, those who are not familiar with this, they cannot understand what does it mean Achilles heels. But those who are familiar, they can easily understand it means that English communication is my weak point. Okay, so like this, people try to find out more and more such idioms and phrases in English. Next one is here. It says apple of one's eye. So again, there is more phrase of apple. So when it is apple of one's eye, it means someone who is very close, someone who is very dear. So that is called apple of one's eye. In Marathi, you have एखाद्याच्या गळ्यातला ताईत बनणे, like this. That means very dear, someone who is very dear. Okay. And example, you can make one sentence like this: children are apple of their parents' eye, like this. So you can make different sentences also, okay, because we are not going to take from you because it may consume a lot of time, and we do not have that much time. So therefore we are not taking examples from you people, but you people just think whether you are able to make any sentence from this. If you understand the meaning, in that case, whether you are able to make any sentence of it or not. Then next is here that says apple pie order. So again, the idiom which begins from apple, but apple is not a fruit here also. Apple pie order means something which is extreme neatness. Something, maybe it can be maybe a shelf, it can be home, it can be something. Suppose that you visited a person's house and that house is kept something, everything is arranged properly, everything is kept at right place, and cleanliness is there, neatness is there. In such case, you can say your house is apple pie order. Okay, so apple pie order means extreme neatness. The next one we people can talk here that says as clear as crystal. Okay, as clear as is crystal, it means that something is very clear, something is obvious, something is very plain to understand. There is nothing hidden, there is nothing confusing. In such case, you can say as clear as crystal. Okay, so you can say example, we can say if you see or if you try to understand this particular thing, this is very simple. It is as clear as crystal. When you think that something is quite easy, simple, in such case, you can use this. Then next one is at a stretch. Again, try to understand meaning. The meaning of stretch is different. And as a phrase at a stretch, it means continuously. Okay. And you can make one sentence like this: he achieved success by working at a stretch. So he achieved success by working at a stretch, by working continuously. Okay, the next one is at all events. At all events, meaning is different. It is not any particular event which is organized by someone, but it means under all circumstances. Here also you can use example like this: he achieved the success at all events. So if you are reading like this, he achieved success at all events, it means that he achieved success under all circumstances. All circumstances, you have to understand good circumstances as well as bad circumstances also. So usually good circumstances are favorable, but bad circumstances are the situations which are unfavorable for you, where you have to struggle, where you have to face difficulties, where it can be sorrow, pain, grief, suffering, etc. Okay. Then next one is at arm's length. At arm's length means keeping something or someone at a distance. Okay, keeping something or someone at a distance, because we know that something or someone can be troublesome for us. For example, if there is a friend who can always asking for money. Okay, so whenever you meet, he's asking you, give me some money, give me some money, give me some money. Okay, what you will do with that friend? You'll keep him at arm's length. You'll keep him at arm's length. That means that you'll just try to avoid him. If he is there, you'll try to avoid him. So it means that keeping someone at arm's length. It can be for person, it can be for objects also. Okay. So keeping something at a distance. Hatacha antarani. Then next one is here to add fuel to the flames. Again, that we people have heard such kind of phrases in our reading or in our speaking. We need to use these kind of things to add fuel to flames. Okay, so you have Marathi meaning here. Agit tel hot nahi. Okay, so whenever already something is bad, and by adding some comment or doing some act, and it is making worse or it is making worst. So in such case, you can say to add fuel to the flames. Okay. Example we can see uh, when the manager came, the peon told him about the late reporting of the employees. By telling this, he added fuel to the flames. Okay, it means that already the boss is angry with employees and he is not uh, satisfied with the work which is done. And additionally, what happened when boss came? So peon went and he gave some wrong information. So what happened here? He added fuel to the flames. Then next we people can go here for above all. Okay, so when you say above all, it means that which is of highest importance. So there may be let's say 8 to 10 things are there. So out of that 8 to 10, you are going to prioritize them and you are going to consider something or some activity which is of the most important. Example we can make like this: above all, we have to submit the exam form. Above all, we have to submit the exam form. It means that submitting exam form is the most important, highest importance. Okay, so assignments, study, journals, practicals are there, but above all, what is the most important? Submitting exam form is important, like this. Then next is all the rage. All the rage, meaning that you have to understand here, it says something which is immensely popular or fashionable. Okay, immensely means very much popular, something which very much fashionable, or it can be famous also. For example, you can say the movie Pushpa is all the rage. You can say like this: the movie Pushpa is all the rage. It means that it is very popular. It may be a kind of craze among people. Okay, so it can be fashion also. It can be something. It can be person also. Okay, I just give example of movie, but it can be anything. Something which is all the rage. It means that is very popular. Then next here we people will talk of the phrase, and that is to and fro. So what do you understand from this to and fro? It is related with movement. Okay, it is related with movement, walking forward and backward, walking forward and backward. You know, suppose that your friend and you are going to meet at one place, or maybe your friend is going to come at your place, and in that case you people decided a time. Let's say in the morning 10 a.m. you people are going to meet at your home, but it's 10:15. Even then also your friend is not there. So in that case you're waiting for your friend, so waiting, and what you're doing, so suppose that you're walking here, you're coming back, you're walking there, you're coming back, you're going here, you're coming back. So what you're doing here, this activity is called to and fro. Okay, this activity is called to and fro, going forward, coming backward, going forward, coming backward. So that is to and fro. Okay, example we can say, when we were waiting for the result, or when I was waiting for the result, I was walking to and fro. It means that you are there, maybe you are waiting for something, some results, and result is about to come out. So you're waiting there and you're walking forward and backward. So that is to and fro. Then last one from this slide says bag and baggage. So bag and baggage, it means that something that you're carrying with you, all the things which are required. Okay. Usually for traveling, for picnic, you can say, we can make one example like this. When we go to picnic, we have to go with our bag and baggage. Okay. Bag and baggage means with all things. Maybe you to carry clothes, brush, and everything. What is required? Maybe number of things are there. So you're carrying everything with you. So that is bag and baggage. Then let's go to the next slide here. Next slide says below the salt. If you remember, we people have also discussed above the salt also. So these are exactly opposite of each other. Okay, below and above, these are opposite. So these phrases, below the salt and above the salt, they are exactly opposite to each other. So when it is above the salt, in an maybe position of honor, now here below the salt, it means in an inferior position, someone who may be overqualified and still he is working at maybe inferior position. Okay, so you can say he is PhD in history, but still he is working as a peon. Okay, so in such case we can say he is working below the salt. That way you people try to understand. Then next is beside the mark. Beside the mark, people can try to understand is someone who's talking but not talking to the point, something irrelevant speaking. Okay, here you people can also say beat around the bush. Okay, there is another phrase that you people can beat around the bush. So what do you mean by beat around the bush? Beat around the bush means beside the mark, not to the point. Usually we people are expecting someone should give us the right information. But if the person is taking turns and twists and rounds and
गेले माझ्यापाशी रोज झोपते मी त्याला रोज
so someone call that Pooja Ingre, roll number 18. She might be roll number 18, Pooja Ingre. Better you can leave this session because we have not made it mandatory. Those who have connected, they have connected with their willingness. Okay, and if you are just, I don't know how you people, maybe I don't have any control over you people. Okay, but at least you should take care that you are not showing in front of all class. So what we people are doing, how we are doing, don't we there are some etiquettes and manners to attend online lectures though you are at your home, but you should choose usually such a place which is quiet, nobody should be there, and you people are expected to keep muted yourself, and whenever there is any question, doubt, you want to ask something, you have to unmute and you can speak. But unnecessarily you are just unmuting your mic and you don't realize that your mic is open and you're talking something irrelevant there, or maybe someone is shouting, and maybe there can be number of things. So I hope that everyone understands this and we are quite mature. So when to keep our mic muted, unmuted, learn something. So Pooja Ingre, take care, and everyone, not only Pooja Ingre.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
So that was about beside the mark. Let's go here, and that is between two fires. Okay, so in Marathi we people have ikde aad tikde veer. Okay, so ikde aad tikde veer, we people are caught in between from two difficulties or two problems or two something that we people wanted to face at the same time. Okay, in a position of peculiar problems. So you can say one example we people can make here like this. As there is heavy rainfall and the crops are also vanished, so farmers are caught between two fires. Okay, farmers are caught between two fires, so it means that on one side there is problem of heavy rain, and on the other hand there is no price for their crops. So because of these two peculiar problems, farmers are caught between two fires. Like this people can make one sentence. Then next, by and large. So meaning of by and large means on the whole, everything, all, like this people can take. Sentence we people can make it like this. By and large we have to submit the tax. We have to submit the tax, mean that the whole amount, whole whatever the tax is there, we have to submit all, like this. Next is to bear the air. To be the bear the air, it should be two, okay? To bear the air. So to bear the air, it means that making useless efforts. Useless efforts. It means that someone is trying to achieve something and he is taking efforts also, but at the end there is failure. He is not achieving something in such case. Okay. So example that we can make. Suppose that your friend is having a backlog. Okay. So he studied very hard, but when the result came, he has to bear the air. He has to bear that means that he did not pass, he could not pass the exam. In that case people can say to bear the air. Then next, bear the burnt. So bear the burnt is to face, to suffer, or to get lost, something like this. Sentence, let's make one sentence to bear the burnt. You can say, my friend, he lost his job, and in addition to that his bike was also stolen. Okay, so he has to bear the burden. Bear the burden, he has to suffer. Usually it is economically. Okay, bear the burden, he has to suffer, and usually it is economical. Then next one is here. That next one says bosom friend. Okay, bosom friend, what do you understand from bosom friend? Someone who is very close, very dear, very intimate friend, that can be called bosom friend. Okay, and you can say maybe someone might be your bosom friend. You can say he's my bosom friend, as we people have been studying through school, colleges, and now we are working together. We are bosom friends. Okay, so that is quite simple. Then next, by a hair's breadth. By a hair's breadth means something which is with very narrow margin. It is about to happen, or with very short margin, something has been stopped. For example, we were going to college by bike, and we were saved by a hair's breadth from accident. So accident was about to happen, almost is happened, but we were saved with very narrow margin. Okay, with very narrow margin. For that, in that case, we were saved by a hair's breadth. That you can use it like this. Then next one is by hook or crook. So what do you understand by this? By hook or crook, we people need to understand hook or crook. It means that using all means, by using all ways. So it can be fair, it can be foul. It can be fairness, it can be good, it can be bad. It can be fair, it can be unfair. For example, suppose that I wanted to be successful, okay? And to be successful, I am going to be successful by hook or crook. So when I say I'm going to be successful by hook or crook, it means that I will use good ways as well as I will use bad ways also. So in that process, I may deceive someone, I may cheat someone, or I may work hard also. So by any way, by any means, I'm going to be successful. Okay. Or you can also see another example. You can say he wanted to pass the exam by hook or crook. So when you say he wanted to pass the exam by hook or crook, by studying or by not studying, by using unfair means also. So this way people just think of by hook or crook. Then let's go here for next one. That means by leaps and bounds. Okay, by leaps and bounds, something that you are doing rapidly, fast, quickly. Okay, so for that you can use by leaps and bounds. Okay, you can say the global warming is increasing by leaps and bounds. Okay, by leaps and bounds, it means it is increasing rapidly. Or you can say we have to make progress by leaps and bounds. So we have to make progress by leaps and bounds. Very fast we people have to make progress, or within short span we have to be successful. There can number of examples that you people can make, number of sentences that you can make. So for every idiom, every phrase, you should be able to make at least your own sentence. Okay, then let's go to the next one. Next one is a bad egg. So it is not related with any egg. Bad egg, sorry, bad egg, it means bad person. Okay, someone who is not good by nature, by behavior, that person can be called a bad egg. The next one is a baker's dozen. So again, this is simple to understand because we all know in dozen how many items are there. Usually there are 12 items. Okay, and 12 items makes a dozen. But when it is baker's dozen, that time it is not 12, but it is 13. Okay, something that you got by mistake, or it can be deliberately. If you getting 13, it is called baker's dozen. Then next we people have a bed of roses. So what is bed of roses? It is not actual bed, or it is not actual roses there, but something which is very comfortable, something which is luxurious, a state of luxury that you people can try to understand. Okay, so you can say example, someone who is rich and his parents have lots of wealth. In that case, his life is a bed of roses. So when you say his life is bed of roses, it means that his life is full of luxury. Okay, there is everything that he can get, whatever he wants and he can get. So that is a bed of roses. Opposite of a bed of roses is a bed of thrones. Okay, that is opposite of bed of roses. Here it means that something that is a lot of painful, something which is troublesome, where you have to suffer, there are lots of sorrows and sufferings. In that case, you people can use this. Okay, so you can say someone who is struggling a lot, and you can say his life is full of his life is a bed of thrones, because he has to work hard, he has to uh, fulfill the responsibility of his family, and there are so many things that he has to do. His life is a bed of thrones. Like this the people can talk. Okay, so life of a bed of thrones and bed of roses, they are opposite of each other. Then here you people are going to get another phrases. To be a rolling stone. Let's try to understand. To be a rolling stone. What do you mean by rolling stone? Usually rolling stone. Are you going to take the word meaning rolling stone म्हणजे एखादा दगड असा गडगडत जाणारा दगड? It is not like this. It is not a stone at all, but it is a person who is usually changing his place or changing a job frequently. Someone who is working in a company for 3 months, okay, immediately is going to switch to another company. There he is working for 6 months, again he is going to switch to another company. There he is going to work for 9 months, he is going to switch. Then he is going to switch to another company. Every 3 months, every 6 months, every maybe after some time, if a person changing his job or his place or his position or if his role, that person can be called he is a rolling stone. Okay, so you can say Mr. Sharma is changing his jobs frequently, he is a rolling stone. Okay, to be always shifting. This way you people can just try to understand. Then next is to be at draggers drawn with. to be at draggers drawn, try to understand draggers drawn. It means to have open enmity with someone, to be enemy of someone. Okay, so you have open challenge for someone for enmity. So you are maybe rivals, you are opposites of each other, and there is some cross with each other. In that case, it is called to be at draggers drawn with. Okay, you can say uh, there are many people who are at draggers drawn uh, for the getting wealth. Okay, so for getting wealth, people becomes enemies of each other. Then next one is to born with a silver spoon in one's mouth. Again, this is very simple and common. We people have heard it for a number of times. To born with a silver spoon in one's mouth, it means to born in a wealthy family. Their parents are already rich, and everything is there. And if someone belongs to that family, that is called he's born with a silver spoon in his mouth. Means actually there is no any silver spoon in their mouth at the time of birth. Okay, but the fact that we need to understand, it means that the family is very rich, they are very wealthy. Then next is to be in hot water. So to be in hot water, what does it mean to be in hot water? It means to be in position or place of trouble, something that is troubling you, something that you are suffering from. Okay, so that you people can understand. So you can say maybe you're facing some economic crisis. Okay, you have to submit thousands of rupees and you're not able to get it. In such case, you can say I'm in hot water these days. So I'm in hot water, it does not mean actually you are standing in hot water, but it means that you are in trouble to collect some money for some reasons that you are wanted. Okay, then next is to be in doldrums. So meaning of doldrum that you people have to understand, that means to be depressed. Okay, so example here we people can make that can be like this. After getting failure, uh, he is in doldrums. Okay, after getting frequent failures, he is in doldrums. So when we say he is in doldrums, it means that he is depressed, and because of failure, that he is depressed. So doldrums is related with depression. Then next, to be in the seventh heaven. Okay, to be in the seventh heaven, what do you mean by seventh heaven? It means state of intense happiness, delight, where you people are getting something that you are strongly wanted. For example, you can say uh, when I got my job, my dream job, I was in the seventh heaven. So what do you mean by I was in seventh heaven? It means that I was very delighted, I was very happy, I was very excited when I got something. Okay, so to be in the seventh heaven, it means to be very happy. That is the state of extreme happiness. Okay, then we will go to this. We'll try to cover this slide and then we'll take pause here. So next one is a bird of passage. So a bird of passage, what do you understand from this? So a person or a bird, it can be bird, it can be person also, okay, which is migratory. So what is migratory? What is migration? Which changing from one place to another place for some period, that is called migration. And we all people know there are some birds, they change their place during winter, they change at some place during summer when there is no source of water, they change to the place where there is a lot of water can be available. So that is called migration. And there are people also who are changing from one country to another country, from one nation to another nation. In that case, it is called a bird of passage. It means a migratory bird. Okay, so you can say Mr. Ashish is a bird of passage. Mr. Ashish, bird of passage, it means that he's migrating from one nation to another nation. Next phrase is a bolt from the blue. So bolt from the blue, what you're understanding from this is something which has happened that is unexpected disaster where you were not expecting such can happen, but it was a bolt from the blue. You can say mm, when suddenly there is a loss of in the market, okay, maybe in a business you got a huge loss. You can say I was not expecting this. This is a bolt from the blue. That was unexpected disaster. Then next is a bone of contention. Bone of contention, here it is not actually having any kind of bone, okay, but that means a cause of quarrel. Already I think that people have done similar kind of phrase, apple of discord. That also similar. Here you people can think similar phrase is apple of discord. So that means also same. It means a bone of contention. It means a cause of quarrel. Then let's go here. That says a burning question. Again, here we people have been listening this phrase, a burning question, which means that something which is current issue. Okay, the issue which is keenly discussed, issue which is prevalent. Okay, and the sentence we people can make here like this: these days, COVID-19 is a burning question. We can say like this, okay? Or unemployment. The problem of unemployment is a burning question these days. Or you can say global warming. Global warming is a burning question these days. So burning question, it means something which is maybe related with lots of people and it is of concern and many people are affected by it. In such case, it can be a burning question. Okay. The next one is your break into. So here we people will try to understand break into. It means that enter into. Okay, break into. It means to enter into something. Usually, it is a kind of a robbery or it can be a loot. It can be a theft also. To enter forcibly and abruptly. Okay. So for example, we can make sentence. The robbers broke into the bank. Okay, so when you say robbers broke into the bank, it means that the robbers entered into the bank by force and they were trying to just uh, snatch the cash or amount, whatever it may be. So robbers broke into the bank, you can say. Next one is a break off, that you all people know break off. It means to end something, to discontinue something. It can be relationship, it can be friendship, it can be anything. It can be partnership, it can be anything. Something that is going to be ended, okay, or it can be discontinued, okay. And the next one is bring about. It means to cause to happen. So it means that you are just making it happen, okay. You can say all people need to bring about the change. Okay. All right. So we will stop here today. I hope that you people listened it, read it, and you people got it somewhat, uh, added your knowledge, added your vocabulary, added some phrases might be familiar to you already. You people know them. There can be some phrases which are new to you, and probably if you don't know meaning, you have to use the dictionary, or you can make use of Google and YouTube to find out more such idioms and phrases. Okay. Remaining part we people will cover in next session, and if there is exercise for that also, we people will go for exercise also. Okay. So we'll take attendance here and then we people will stop. So let's see present roll numbers. Have you note them down? Roll number 1, 3, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 23, 26, 32, 33, 36, 38, 43, 46, 51, 53, 54, 55, 56, 59, 60, 61, 62, 65, 67, 69, 70, 71, 77. Okay. So apart from this, roll number 40 and 57, you people are not having proper roll numbers mentioned there. Okay. So just try to mention your roll numbers properly. So with this note, we people are going to end this meeting. So you just let me know. Do you have any questions or should we stop here? Should I end this meeting for all?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Thank you for joining.